Hi friends, I'm Phoebe. I'm on a music discovery journey and I would love for you to join me for the ride. I'm checking out artists from around the world, both old, new and everything in between, because I've fallen behind with music and I want to catch up and I want to find some more gems because I've missed a lot of the gems over the years and I've been feeling like I've been living under a rock. So if you like the sound of that, please like and subscribe. Maybe we could go on this journey together. Maybe you could suggest some stuff to me that you think is amazing, and maybe I can suggest some to you that I think is amazing. Today we are listening to Opeth. Now this is my first ever encounter with Opeth. We've had Deadmanium 3818 request this a little bit relentlessly. So please everyone remember that I am just one person and I've got to prioritise certain things, and it's a almost 11-minute video, so I've got to find time, which I don't have really, to do these, and I pick and choose as I see fit. And after all, this is a music journey that I want to go on, but I do encourage people to suggest things. Please be patient. I have thousands of people asking for requests, so you can imagine just one person trying to do all of this is a lot. I have, however, wanted to listen to Opeth for a long time, so it's about time I started, isn't it? And we went down this rabbit hole. Hopefully, if I like them, let's see. I've got a Wikipedia page up, and Opeth is a Swedish progressive metal band from Stockholm, formed in 1990. Now, I didn't even know they were from Sweden. Opeth, I thought, were American. Don't know why. That's something I shouldn't have assumed. So that's one big thing that I got wrong. I didn't know they'd been around since the 90s either. I was 4. 1990, I was 4. So I've known them all my adult life. They've existed all my adult life for sure, and they've existed for most of my younger life too. We can always catch up. The band incorporates folk, blues, classical and jazz elements into its usually lengthy compositions, as well as strong influences from death metal, especially in their early works. Songs may include acoustic guitar passages, mellotrons, death growls and strong dynamic shifts. That's very cool. I didn't know that about them either. I thought they were like hard rock or heavy metal. So that's interesting. This video we've been sent is 6 years old. It's a live video of Ghost of Perdition, and it's live at the Red Rocks Ampitheatre. Okay, it was shared from their YouTube. Everyone go follow and subscribe to Opeth, and I'll be crediting everything down below as well because that's important. I've got some lyrics up here, so we're going to have a look at those. I've got Genius lyrics, and it looks like they might have an About Me at the bottom. So I will ignore that until we've finished, because I like to not spoil anything too much. I might have already read too much from the style of music they give, but it's not the worst. And I will be starting and stopping throughout. Just wherever I see fit, there might be a point where I think I should stop and make some comments. That's what I do. That's how I react. If you don't like that, please try other reactors, or the full-length video is down below. If you already know the song, a lot of people here tend to enjoy the reactions for what they are, but you can't please everyone. Anyway, Opeth, Ghost of Perdition, live at Red Rocks. Is it full volume? Yes. Okay.
Ghost on mother's bed.
that from the first couple of notes, it seemed quite like dreamlike, perhaps. From this, it was very, very calm until the couple of guitar notes, and then that gave me a bit more of a wow, I wasn't expecting it kind of feel. It just caught me off guard, and I guess that's what they are supposed to be doing. That was purposeful. So that was pretty cool. I can't always make out what he's saying. I can sort of, but we can read the lyrics as well. I don't always need to know what they're saying, depending on what it is, depending on the song as a whole. It depends. I do like, what I love is where it's broken up with a bit of clean vocals in between sometimes. Not always, but my preference is kind of harsh and clean, sprinkled about. Now, what my preference is shouldn't matter to what people decide. Excuse me. But that's just a personal preference. But he's saying, ghost of mother, lingering death, ghost on mother's bed, black strands on the pillow, contour of her health, twisted face upon the head, a ghost of perdition, they said the thing, stuck in her chest, a warning no one read. Love the drums. Yep.
Devil cracked the earth and shone for told she was the one. You walked down to the room and said you had to live before you die young.
Sorry, that this is pretty cool. I love the, like I said, I can appreciate the harsh and cleans. It's a tragic friendship called inside the fog, pouring venom brew deceiving. Devil cracked the earthly shell, foretold she was the one. Blew hope into the room and said, you have to live before you die young. Devil cracked the earthly shell, foretold she was the one. Blew hope into the room and said, you have to live before you die young. So repeating the, I don't know if it's the chorus. It says here refrain. But then the second, we've come back into the second verse now. Holding her down, channeling darkness, hemlock for the gods. The drums and the guitar are really fun here. The count, I'm like, whoa, it's very complex for simple me, but I appreciate it. It's reminding me of Tool a little bit. Yeah, in a strange way. Like the vocals, not so much. Maybe the clean vocals are not really. Something about it is reminding me of Tool. Maybe the drums. different. It's different, but it's something is reminding me of Tool. I don't know. Such an interesting sound. The first higher was like really a strange melody, a strange tone, strange key. Really bizarre. It's obviously purposely done. That was gorgeous. That bit of guitar was lovely. Drums have been incredible throughout. Love this. it's got so many different sounds to it. Like it's got completely different sections that they're blending in together. That's wild. Progressive is kind of like that. I know. It's just there's so many different parts to it. It's wild. It's very cool though. I'm enjoying bits, like I'm enjoying the different sections. I liked the harmonies earlier as well. I forgot to say that. In my head I have so many notes, but I'm just trying to study everything that's going on because there's so much. It feels a little bit overwhelming at times, but not in a bad way. It's just trying to process everything for me. I like that bit. That bit's really cool. I loved that ending. That was really, really cool. That was like, obviously I said it was a bit overwhelming at times. Most of the time it was fine. There's just so much going on and so many different turns. It was like I was getting a bit of whiplash trying to like keep up or like get to where we were now. And I know that a lot of songs have different segments and different like blending them in, and this is clearly their style. So it's just trying to get with it and appreciate it for what it is, because it's art. It's how those guys are all standing there playing that together in unison, and that is a hell of a thing to be doing, to learn. Wild. And that guy was the vocalist, the main vocalist. He was singing all of those parts, the main vocals, with his death growls and his harsh vocals and his clean vocals. That was pretty cool. I liked that. I could make out what he was saying most of the time. So we went from Devil cracked the earthy shell for told she was the one, blew hope into the room and said, you have to live before you die young. Holding her down, channeling darkness, hemlock for the gods, fading resistance, draining the weakness, penetrating inner light, rode into the dark, unaware, winding even higher. Hi. I liked that at the end as well. Hi. Darkness by her side spoke and passed her by. Dedicated hunter waits to pull us under. She's like on the verge of death, or rose up to its call. In his arms she'd fall. Mother light received, a faithful servant's free. Okay. I mean, that seems like she's gone, no? In time, the hissing of her sanity faded out, her voice, and soiled her name. Like the marked pages in a diary, everything seemed clean that is unstained. The incoherent talk of ordinary days, why would we really need to live? Decide what's clear and what's within a haze, what you should take and what to give. Ghost of perdition, a saint's premonitions unclear, keeper of holy hordes. Keeper of holy hordes, keeper of holy whores. To see a beloved son in despair of what's to come. If one cut the source of the flow and everything would change, would conviction fall in the shadow of the righteous? God, these very, very interesting questions. The phantasm of your mind might be calling you to go, defying the forgotten morals where the victim is the prey. It's so deep. I'm just going to have a look at the bottom about Ghost of Perdition is the opening track for Opeth's 8th studio album. I think I mean 8th. Ghost Reveries. Ghost Reveries was initially intended to be a concept album that told the tale of a man's emotional distress following a heinous crime. The murder of his own mother, however, was changed prior release. Oh. Some of the lyrical and artistic themes remain, however not in any fashion that tells a complete story, as seen in their previous albums Still Life and My Arms, Your Hearse. My Arms, Your Hearse. The state of perdition is where one is in a stage of eternal suffering and damnation, which could be kind of cool. Banished to hell. This is a contributor to this, so So of the ghost of mother's lingering death, ghost on mother's bed. So that's supposed to be talking about his act of killing. The mother has been murdered and her ghost remains. See, I did not grasp onto that he was the one that had done that. Black strands on the pillow, contour of her health, twisted face upon her head. Guess it's kind of setting the scene, describing what there is there. The black strands, her hair, thin and wiry, it says on here, which, yeah. Twisted look of the twisted face upon her head. She's not well. She wasn't well. She's dead or a ghost. A ghost of perdition stuck in her chest. A ghost of eternal hell has taken over the mother's heart, lodging itself in her chest. Yeah. A tragic friendship called inside the fog, pouring venom, brew deceiving. It says here, this was a horrid, tragic relationship for the mother, the hellish corruption inside of her pulling her into darker places. In these mental and emotional places, she was deceived and misled. Yeah, the demon/monster's vile influence twisting her. That's so wild. It's so dark. Devil cracked the earthly shell, foretold she was the one. Blew hope into the room and said, you have to live before you die young. So the devil has made an appearance, and there's a blew hope into the room and said, you have to live before you die young. Is it that she might live? That she's not quite gone, but she might live? But this is the devil. Do we trust what the devil says? What does it say here? It says the devil broke into the physical realm by manifesting itself inside of the mother. Oh, when we consider the line "blew hope," it adds another element to the fold. Was the mother ill, and the devil's possession a brief glimmer of hope in healing? Yeah, was she ill or was she gone? And then you have to live before you die young, but there's a very short amount of life if you're dying young. You live it to the best, even though it's a short period of time. Here it says, a bit of a paradox, however one could interpret it as meaning that you can't feel upset at a young death without actually having lived anyway, so why complain? Yeah, that makes sense. It could be. Another explanation could be that the devil is stating he's going to keep the mother alive just a little longer. He won't let her die just yet, but she will still die all the same. Oh, man. Yeah. Holding her down, channeling darkness, hemlock for the gods, fading resistance, straining the weakness, penetrating inner light. That's her being drained of everything. Fading resistance, straining the weakness. The darkness is taking over. Let's go further to the end. If one cut the source of the flow, and everything would change, would conviction fall in the shadow of the righteous? Would he be found guilty of such heinous act as murder? Would he find persecution in the shadows of his peers, other people who might see the situation as black and white, as opposed to the sun's shade of grey? Could be. So desperate for change, the sun contemplates what would happen if things were disrupted, if he was stopped in his tracks, I guess. Or is it if one cut the source to the mother's life, and everything would change? Maybe it doesn't make so much sense. And then at the end it says, the phantasm of your mind might be calling you to go. Ending it. Defying the forgotten morals, where the victim is the prey. Here it says, perhaps a suggestion to times where people would kill sick family members out of compassion and love. Oh, like a euthanasia. The son knows his mother's being preyed upon, but is he as fiendish as the demonic force for considering the murder of his mother? After all, they both have the same end goal. Ah, that's interesting too. Gosh, incredibly dark and a wild story. I wonder then it was supposed to be a concept album. I wonder if the next track delves deeper into that, or if it kind of doesn't. Guess we'll find out. So that was Opeth. That was really, really just quite bizarre to me, quite interesting in a good way, but just a lot of processing for that one. I like things. I like work that makes me think. Just, it is so complex, so it just takes a bit more processing, but very interesting. And I guess we'll have to check out some more down the line. So if you like the sound of that, please like and subscribe, and I will be publishing many other tracks. I've got about 50 at the moment that I need to line up. I need to slow down. So thank you so much for watching if you got this far, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.